Hey guys, it's Will. Hopefully you're having a good one today. So we just did a breakdown yesterday on how we might see some quantum corrections here. And this morning when we wrapped up our daily live trading session, it was focused on IONZ, which right now is leading the way up 3.7% in the green because IonQ has corrected down. So what that means is quantum right now has had a lot of momentum. We've seen most quantum companies do very well. In fact, we have a position over on Rigetti that's up over 205% just in our shorter term plays here on Robinhood. And it surged not only Rigetti, but it was QBTS, it was IONQ that made huge leaps over the last few months. So IonQ, they're a company that specializes in building quantum computers in a quantum network. And most of these quantum companies that we cover are developed working with NVIDIA or Amazon or Microsoft or Google. And that's what's going on here with IonQ. So IonQ this morning, when we were looking at it on our price projections for the next hour here, we're looking negative on IonQ, is projecting it to go down about 1% today, which it ended up doing. It was projecting, this is actually a projection I had loaded up this morning in our live session, that was projecting IonQ to go down about 1.5% today when we did it this morning. So we shorted, or held on to, I should say, it was projected in the next 4 hours to go down about 1.5%. It ended up going down about 1.7%. So we had some accurate analysis there with the Mercatus machine for the OpenAI model when analyzing IonQ. And so we did see increasing volume on downswings, resistance level holding strong, market sentiment leaning bearish a little bit. And that's kind of what we saw. We saw more red. Google came in red today. NVIDIA was red. And then IonQ ended up getting rejected at that resistance. Let's see where it was. IonQ here. It got rejected. It couldn't push up above that $76 price point that it's been struggling with over the last 2 days. And so we're in IONZ, which goes up when the quantum market goes down. So right now, we're still down a little bit on that position with 1,300 shares, down just about 169 bucks. That's totally okay. We did notice this downtrend that was very consistent. And then what we look for in any trade, or let's say investment that's a couple weeks long or a couple days, it's very rare that we will trade the inverse of the market unless we have some certainty. And I've been following the quantum stocks. I just talked to an IonQ executive or scientist actually about 2.5 weeks ago at a conference. I talked to them also about the stock. I talked to them about what they think about the valuations, what they think about it, all of the narrative around quantum. And a lot of them would say, well, it's great. It's really good for the community. But the truth is we're still pretty far away from having meaningful, if we're having meaningful impact, but having a tremendous impact, a tremendous change. We're still a little bit far away. We're thinking probably 3, 5, 10 years before you start to see it big impact. And so when we know they work with Microsoft and Amazon, they're a good company long term and things look good. When we're looking at the short term, we're looking at, okay, the second stage of any trade, we're looking at the reversal potential. So you got a previous resistance here. This is kind of, again, on the inverse, and we're looking at a little bit of a consolidation here from left to right here over the last 2 days, and now looking for a potential break in the opposite direction on IonQ, something that in this case IONZ is showing that it would go up. Over on IonQ, we would be seeing a top out, and we'd be seeing it potentially breaking down, maybe selling back down and breaking this pattern a little bit that it's had so consistently. So you can kind of see that opposite direction here. Over on the bull side of things, there is the same levels I just mapped out, but in reverse. You can kind of get an idea of what I'm saying here. It's kind of topping out potentially, and we could see it sell back down to 71 and break this level back down into about 59 or 65 is what I would expect at the all-time highs we've reached here with IonQ. Now, I think it's similar with most quantum stocks. We've seen that. And so, again, we ended up shorting some of the market. Portfolio is up just about 1% today, nothing crazy, because we did have some companies do fairly well. But we're going to focus on IONZ. We're going to focus on how IonQ has seen a lot of institutional buying. Market cap's up to 23, 24 million. The hype is all-time high. You see a lot of hype articles, things like that. So you do have to watch out when revenue is such a small piece. While they are working on their quantum networks, they announced yesterday with fiber optics, they're still, fairly small, fairly insignificant compared to a GPU company as far as market value compensation. Like, we do see them picking things up, becoming better, but when it comes to, for example, their revenue, still very low, and just simply put, like, their balance sheet, they got runway, they're good in the long term, but in the short term, $23 billion market cap is looking pretty high as you see them get to all-time highs here, and we could potentially see a pullback. So that is why we're in that position today, and hopefully that's helpful for you. Again, not advising that you take a short, not advising that you buy or sell, but I wanted to walk you through some of the thought processes around the trade and around what we do. And also just to consider, I don't do this on stocks I don't understand. We've been investing in IonQ long term for a considerable amount of time. We're talking over a year now. It's not a lot for IonQ as far as time frames, but I do understand the patterns. I look at it every single day, and usually have been able to pull out more of a clear analysis by taking the extra time and potentially trading the shorter term swings, which is what we're doing in the video today. So also AI defense, we saw CTM continue up to $1.22, and Redwire had a good day, up to $9.42 so far, holding above that $9 range. I'll keep you guys updated on the rest of the companies here. And again, if you ever want to join our daily live sessions where we entered this trade with IONZ, for example, it's the second link in the description. If you're struggling to analyze quantum, AI, space, and tech stocks, or you're doing well, but you just want to do better, then you can always jump into our live trading each and every day that happens Monday through Friday at market open. We don't always trade. A lot of times our trades are a couple days, couple weeks, but we're there every morning, and you get a free t-shirt when you sign up. Again, it's the second link in the description below. If I earned your thumbs up, smash the like button. Do consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.